Here's the workbook that we're going to be working from. It's called How to Pitch Your Business to Your Network Without Putting Anyone to Sleep. Again, I wrote this in 2013, and I based it off of Nancy Marmolejo's Love, Hate, Create concept. So what Love, Hate, Create is it's just a formula to write your pitch, your elevator pitch. So I'm gonna go over some important parts of why we need, or important parts of what to put in your pitch, and then we'll do the formula. So, and what I love about this Love, Hate, Create pitch is it's super easy. It's 3 sentences, super, super easy. So let me give you an example of what that Love, Hate, Create would look like. I loved the idea of sending thank you cards to my clients, but I hated my handwriting. And when I was introduced to send out cards, it was the perfect solution for to send cards without having to worry about my handwriting. So that's a Love, Hate, Create commercial. See how easy that is? So we're going to dig into that here in a minute. Okay, here is our brainstorm. These are the things that we need to think about when we're thinking about what we need to say when we talk about our business. It's always a great idea to have a startling statement or statistic. 97% of people don't send thank you cards. That's a true statistic. What's one, Tracy, what's a startling, oh no, Susan, you're unmuted. Susan, what's a startling statistic for home ownership? What's something that people don't know about home ownership that people would go, wow, really?
Oh, geez. Probably something along the lines of how many people are still renting. That home ownership, is not, it's not more people. There are more renters than there are homeowners in this country. And unfortunately, I don't know the specific statistics, but I will look that up because that's a great idea.
Well, and so here's a tip for you. More and more corporations are starting to buy up dozens and dozens of houses and use them as rentals. Yes. So it's becoming harder and harder to own a house.
This is true.
So that's a good statistic, Susan. Okay. So having some sort of startling statement or statistic, remember, this is brainstorm. This is brainstorming. This is what we're doing here is we're coming up with things to talk about. So startling statements or statistics are excellent ways to start a conversation. Somebody says, hey, what do you do? Well, 45% of people in Northern Virginia are homeowners, it's just 60% of people living in houses in Northern Virginia are actually renters. What I do is I help those renters find their first home. So, that kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you want to come up with stories. So these stories, it's better if they're coming from you. So, you have a list of stories that you can share about people that you've helped. An example of a story is one of my coaching clients is she and her husband have a small nonprofit. It's her and her husband in Mexico. They live in Mexico and they provide water filtration systems for people in Mexico who don't have running water, clean running water in their home. So she provides these filtration systems for her. And what she needed from me was help coming up with the messaging for the potential donors. So that is a story that I can tell about being a coach, right? I helped a nonprofit, a very small nonprofit, come up with their marketing message and their system to track that. And then who you are in terms of what you do for business. Because you know what, it's great to say I'm a mom, I'm a soccer mom and I cart my kids back and forth to school all the time. That's great, but that's not who your business is. That's who you are. So who are you in terms of business? I'm a real estate agent in Northern Virginia who's been helping people buy and sell homes for over 15 years, right? That's who you are. And again, this is not to talk about, this is just to brainstorm. And then what you do, who you do it for. This is so important. So important. The answer to who your ideal client isn't everybody, right? Tracy Peck's ideal client is not everybody shopping in Old Town Spring, Texas. Tracy Peck's ideal client is people who like DIY crafting and want a place to hang out and do crafts in Old Town Spring. You see the difference?
Mhm.
Because I used to love shopping in Old Town Spring. I am not a crafter. I would love to hang out in Tracy's, shop every once in a while with somebody else, but I wouldn't go out of my way to do crafts. I'm not her target market, right?
Come sit at the table with us.
Yeah, but I would sit at the table. Well, yeah, I'd sit at the table with you and drink coffee with you all day. I've known Tracy for longer than anybody else here besides Rita. Just FYI. But I'm not her target market, even though I loved going to Old Town Spring. Her target market is the people who want a place to go and make crafts, really specific in that area, right? Because she has a workshop where people can come and put crafts and do crafts, guided crafts, right? So really specific. So Di's target, Di wants to help women launch a business. So Di's target market isn't, just a woman, who's thinking about starting a business. Her target market is women who are ready, who have an idea and just don't know how to turn that idea into a business.
Or
right?
those that want to do a business and don't have an idea. Through conversation, I can help them find it.
Oh, well, that's it. That's an even better. That's an even better target market. I'm sorry. Di, we need to have a coaching session because I didn't know what your target market was.
It's not young moms at home with children.
Yeah. So the more specific you are, the better. Okay. And if your business is send out cards, your target market is not anybody who sends cards. Your target market right now should be moms who have 12th graders who are ready to graduate. Right? Because you want to help them make graduation cards. You got to get really, really specific. Pick a target market. That doesn't have to be your only client, but the more specific, the better. My husband makes, and I've told you guys this a million times, he makes king size beds for people who collect antique furniture. That is his niche. So I'm telling you, the more specific your niche, the better. Okay, so keep that niche, keep that who you do it for really tight, even if it changes every month, right? Because moms with 12th graders ready to graduate from high school, that niche is going to go away in June. But right now, if send out cards is your main deal, that's a really good niche to talk about. Okay. And then again, more stories. Got to tell stories. Okay, so the second part is if you're in a networking meeting, a great referral for me. So let's turn what we just did into a commercial for networking. So a great referral for me this week is a mom with a 12th grader who's about to graduate, who needs help putting together their graduation announcements. Because I recently helped Maxine in TKK, North Carolina, put together kind of a cool graduation announcement for her son. And it was a lot of fun. And I think that, other moms would enjoy the process as well. Talk to me after the meeting for more information. Always have a call to action. Okay. Okay. So that's the brainstorm. And again, you're getting a copy of this. So you don't need to, you can, now that you've gone through the brainstorming process, you know what to do here. So let's talk about Love, Hate, Create. And I already gave you an example. I loved the idea of sending thank you cards to my clients, but I hated my handwriting. When I was introduced to send out cards, it solved that problem because I can send thank you cards and I don't have to worry about people reading my messy handwriting. That's the Love, Hate, Create message. It's so simple, so simple, but it's effective. Because if you met me and you said, hey, Candace, what do you do? And I said that to you, wouldn't you be like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. Tell me more about it. I mean, Rita doesn't really do anything for income, but she's on a mission to teach people about the climate change, right? So, I love our planet, and I hate the fact that a lot of people don't understand that the climate is in crisis right now. So what I did was I took a what is the name of the program that you did, Rita?
I took a giant risk and became a leader in the Al Gore's Climate Reality Project, which
There
is
she is.
worldwide.
There it
The
is, right
goal
there.
is 250,000 in 15 years. They want leaders and they already have 90,000 or something. I was one of 16,000 who was trained.
Wow. So
It's a huge problem and it's so disturbing. The more I learn, the more disturbed I feel.
but the thing is, you took action and you did something about it, right?
Yes.
And that's the whole thing about the love, hate, create message. You love something, there's something about it you don't like, so you did something about it. And it's 3 sentences and it's super intriguing. Rita loves the planet. She didn't like the people who didn't understand about the climate crisis, so she did something about it. 3 sentences. And then the other person goes, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more about that. And it starts a conversation. So up here, this is about a great referral for me this week this is about networking. Love, hate, create is about talking to someone you never talked to before about what you do. It's about what to say when someone says, what do you do? Do you understand the difference? Okay, so let's workshop this. So the love thing is something that you love about the thing that you do. The hate problem is the problem that you solve, and the create is the solution that you give for that. Are we picking up on this? Love is what you love about what you do. Hate is the problem that you solve. Create is how you solve the problem. I see some faces that look questioning.
This person in Mexico, they hate the idea that people don't have clean water.
Exactly.
That's a strong hate, really a strong hate.
Mm-hmm. Maxine, did you have a question?
Yeah, I'm thinking it through. I think I got it when Rita just said that.
Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing and we're going to start workshopping.
Because hate is a very strong descriptor. I mean, that's for me, it's really strong.
And it's
To
supposed
say
to
I
be
hate
strong
something.
because of the love hate. It's a dichotomy. It's supposed to be strong, but you don't have to say hate, right? You don't have to say hate. That's just the love and hate because they're the opposite spectrums. The thing that's the thing that we need to focus on is what you did because of the hate or the thing that you didn't like. All right. So who wants to workshop their idea?